Okay, we're looking pretty good on attendance, but we're still missing a few people so far. Letter Rosario did reach out and let us know that he will not be able to make it, which is totally understandable because it's already 1 a.m. in Germany. Um, but there are quite a few people who RSVP'd who are not yet here. So I think we're going to take just a few more minutes. Great. So we have seven voting members right now out of nine for a quorum. Uh, and that is eight. Um, which is very close, very exciting. But nobody flinch.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm excited too. How is everyone's summer?
Busy, very busy.
Pretty
Yeah,
busy.
yeah, mine is busy too. I've been taking care of my reptiles. I've been raising black swallowtails and monarchs. I've been enjoying the nature in my backyard too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just got done working at a summer camp for like 6 weeks and it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Autumn, if you don't mind me asking, who is the last person, or who are the last couple people who RSVP'd and who are not here yet? And do we have means of getting into contact with them?
Autumn.
Sorry, I'm on the phone right now with our last person who is Isaiah, who I believe
Okay,
is
I
going to be here
gotcha.
any second, but I gotta talk to Isaiah.
Awesome.
Welcome in, Markeith. We're happy to have you. We are just waiting on our final person before we hit quorum and can actually vote on, among other things, your potential approval. Thank you for or thank you for being here, rather.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, with the illustrious legislator Howell, we have reached a quorum, and I'm gonna start the meeting. We're gonna call this meeting to order right now. Oh God, give me 1 second. Hold on, Jeopardy music. No, no. Oh my God, I know what I'm doing, I swear. Avella, cut this out of the archives.
Yeah, everyone hang tight. We just need to put together the spreadsheet.
It's put together. I can't proceed until it's named properly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Speaker Fetete,
Present voting.
Majority Leader Perez,
Present.
Chair Mays, you're not here. Okay. Chair Lunger,
Present.
Legislator Bill,
Present.
Legislator Howell.
Present.
Legislator Howell, do you want an explanation of what the choice is here, or are you familiar?
I'm familiar.
Okay, thank you. Legislator Caneta is absent. Legislator Martino,
Present.
Legislator Moeller, absent. Okay. Legislator Norden is absent. Legislator Obra,
Present.
Legislator Reyes,
Present.
Legislator Raymond, I believe, is absent. Legislator Rosario is absent. Legislator Wesley, absent. Legislator Williams,
Present and voting.
all right, and Legislator Wolf is absent. Okay, so that is everyone. That is 9 out of 9, which is so wonderful to experience one more time. We'll go through the land acknowledgement. Oakland University resides on the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the Anishinaabe, known as the Three Fires Confederacy, comprised of the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. The land was ceded in the 1807 Treaty of Detroit and makes up southeast Michigan. And recognizing the history and respecting the sovereignty of Michigan's Indian nations, Oakland University honors the heritage of indigenous communities and their significant role in shaping the course of this region. Further, we recognize the wrongs done to those forcibly removed from their homelands and commit to fostering an environment of inclusion that is responsive to the needs of First Peoples through our words, policies, and actions. The preservation and perpetuation of customs and traditions of indigenous nations are essential to our shared cultural heritage. A deep understanding of Native peoples past and present informs the teaching, research, and community engagement of the university in its ongoing effort to elevate the dignity of all people and serve as shared stewards of the land. All right, next is approval of the agenda. Um, as the agenda, technically the agenda does not exist with these 2 minutes on it. So we need a motion to, if it is to be adjusted to include those 2 minutes, we need a motion.
I'll motion to add the 7, 2, and 16 minutes.
I second.
Okay, moved by Director Vella and seconded by Speaker Fetete. With no opposition, that motion carries.
A motion to approve.
Moved by Speaker Fetete,
Second.
seconded by Director Vella. With no opposition, that motion carries, and the agenda is adopted as amended. So we have no guest speaker today. Are there any announcements? The floor is open to any member.
This is President Black. My announcement is that we have quorum for the first time in, I think, about a month. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up for this, and to the new people, to the people for whom this is their first proper student Congress meeting. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And let's get going.
All right, thank you, President Black. Announcement from Speaker Fetete.
Yeah, I would just like to second. I'm really glad we have a quorum. Also, just so everyone is informed, primary elections are tomorrow. So just to let everyone aware that voting is happening tomorrow, in case you weren't aware prior. And that is it for my announcement.
I have a second supplementary announcement that I need to make real quick before we move on. Just for anyone voting tomorrow, please recall that in these primaries, according to Michigan state law, you can only vote for one or another party on your whole ballot. If, for example, you want to vote in the Republican primary, you can only vote in the Republican primary. If you do otherwise, your ballot would be spoiled. Those votes will not count. Please be careful about that as you use your right to choose your own government.
All right. Thank you, Speaker Fetete and President Black once again. Any further announcements? Okay, moving on. Our new business item is the approval of Markeith Stefan Jackson Jones as a legislator, presented by Speaker Fetete.
Yeah, so Markeith came into the office, I believe not too long ago, and asked for a signature sheet. And I will say this signature sheet was filled out very, very fast, which I am very impressed with. But I will let Markeith do the speaking for themselves, so I will yield the floor to them.
Okay, Markeith. We're just going to open the floor for you to say anything that you have to say about, why you're running, or why
Can
people
you
should vote yes.
can you hear me?
Yep, yeah, we got you now.
Okay, I can't work Zoom apparently. I could not figure out how to get myself off.
Oh,
And even now I'm having trouble. Like I'm doing the talk to speak because that's the only way I know how to do it. But thank you so much for your introduction. Um, It really means a lot. Just for context, my name is Marquise Stefan Jackson Jones. My pronouns are he, they. Although I do use she occasionally, I'm not going to explode if you use a she pronoun in reference to me, but primarily they are he. With that being said, once again, thank you so much. I'm very honored to be present today in the Student Congress meeting. Just for a bit of background on myself, my name is Marquis Stefan. I am a transfer from Wayne State University. During my time at Wayne State, what I did was a lot of community building, particularly with the Center for Gender and Sexuality, as well as the Office of Sexual Violence and Prevention Education. I do work very closely in Title IX matters, and I have a lot of experience with both LGBTQIA2 plus progression and anything having to do with the enforcement of like Title IX aspects, as well as I have a multitude of experience in student organization building. I've led, created many different student organizations. I'm in 7 fraternities and I'm on e-board for every single one in every chapter that I hold membership in. Um, so professionalism and order is not something that is new to me. It's something that I actually enjoy partaking in. Specifically, why I am running to be a legislator for OUSC is because when I transferred here to Oakland, Oakland has been the exact opposite of my experience with Wayne State. Oakland has been nothing but positive for me. This university has poured into me in every way, shape, or form that I can think of. And I've only been here as a student for a calendar year. And this year has been beautiful. I've met so many beautiful people. I've been able to partake in many different departments. I've been working with the Center for Multicultural Initiatives. I've been working with the our LGBTQIA2 plus office here, which also falls under CMI for, might be where I don't know. But and I want to give back to Oakland. I want to give back to Oakland. I want to be able to pour back into this university the way that it's poured into me for my very short like time that I've been here already. And I want to be a student leader and I want to represent the student body. And I want to be able to utilize the skill sets and the voice that I have in order to push for progression. As far as my own beliefs as a student, I think that the needs of the students come first. I think that the student leadership should be independent of administration. I think that the duty of any and all student leadership should be first and foremost to the benefit of the students. And that is something that I'm very adamant about and something I actually take very seriously. And while I'm on OUSC, if I am approved, I would like to push forward for more student inclusive decisions. I think that a lot of things, and I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know, like with the data center, et cetera, um, student opinion and student outcry gets ignored. It's almost as if it is secondary. Like, it's almost as if we're told, okay, I'll hear what you have to say as a means of placation. And while on my tenure for OUSC, if I am elected, I do plan on pushing for policies that ensure that students' voices are heard first and foremost, with obviously within the capacity that I'm able to as a legislator or as a representative of the OUSC. But that is just a brief introduction of myself, of my background, and my standings. And I hope that you all enjoy it. And I will leave it at that. Thank you so much again.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jackson Jones. We're going to open the floor for anybody to pose questions for you, and then after that, we're going to have a discussion period while you sit in a private waiting room. So first, any questions? Director Vela.
Um, Hello, Mr. Jackson Jones. Thank you for showing up. I'm happy you want to get involved, and I know you talked to Speaker Fayette today. Did Speaker Fayette today talk to you about any of the initiatives we got going on, like the Native American Heritage Site, or the vending machine, or the free menstrual products? Um, are there any of our initiatives that you're especially interested in working on?
So, yes, I have been able to speak with the director as well as the vice president extensively about those initiatives in particular. For one, I think the one that stands out to me the most is the preservation of the Native American Heritage Site. I myself, it doesn't matter what my bloodline is. I think it's very important either way. But just to say that I have a personal investment in the preservation of Oakland's Native American, well, indigenous heritage site. I myself am Cherokee and Mississippi Choctaw, and indigenous relations is something that is very, very near and dear to my heart, especially indigenous policy. I don't know if you all have ever heard of ICWA, but it's something that, just to give an example of something that I spend my time on, for context, if you do not know, ICWA is essentially in an indigenous law. It was a treaty that was created between the United States government and indigenous tribes that says that if an indigenous child was being put up for adoption, they would first and foremost be placed with another indigenous family, regardless of what tribe the family was from, as a means to maintain some semblance of indigenous heritage for said child that is put up for adoption. However, comma, it is something that's been in constant battle with the United States government trying to overturn or just straight out ignore that agreement with indigenous tribes. I only say that to give context in law and policy, and that is something I give my time to. So yes, the preservation of the Native American Heritage Site is something that I specifically would like to work on. And yes, I am very familiar with the new vending machine initiative as well. So yes.
All
All right,
right,
sounds awesome.
thank you,
Also, a
Director Vela.
little, sorry, uh, can I have a follow-up?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I believe on the 9th, on Sunday, August 9th, we're going to be going out to the Heritage Site again for weeding. We still need to hear from PCO people whether they're available. But if you're free on that Sunday, would you like to come out with us and help weed the garden, maintain the outdoor classroom?
Forrest, what time does it usually happen?
Um, Once you get in the Slack, you'll see.
Okay.
The time eludes me right now, but that's great to hear.
I reached out to PCO. I know the president's gonna be out of town. I don't think they're gonna be able to make it to the heritage site for this weekend. We're trying to figure out a day to work at the farm too. It's just so difficult with everyone's schedule.
All right, I will keep everybody updated on this as best I can, but as a point of order, we're talking about the approval of Marquis Stephon Jackson Jones right now. So are there any more questions regarding that approval? Okay, hearing none, Marquis, I'm gonna have to put you in a waiting room while we discuss privately.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, the floor is open for discussion. Speaker Fetete, followed by President Black.
Okay, I would just like to start off by saying, I've had a lot of good conversations with Markeith. Markeith is very passionate about a lot of the initiatives that we're doing. Um, as you just heard with the Native American Heritage Site, as well as the Menstrual Product Initiative. They are very passionate about the stuff we're doing, the free products that we give out, and the stuff that we can do in the future. Um, I've had a few talks with them about like new ideas that we could bring to the table. We do have to flush those out a little bit more if they will be joining. Um, but I do think they are a wonderful candidate who has a lot of passion for the things we do at Student Congress. And with that, I yield.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. President Black.
Yeah, I was very grateful to hear from Markeith in more detail in his introductory remarks and motivation for his approval, just because uh, my main interactions with him have been small conversations in the office. And I think that's relevant of itself too, because he's been in the office a lot, just checking in, saying hi to people, asking us to have a good day, and just generally being very cordial and friendly whenever he's on campus. That he was doing this while out collecting signatures and checking in frequently. Always struck me as a very impassioned individual who seemed really excited to potentially join the team. So finally actually hearing some concrete like experiences and reasoning behind wanting to join from him and some initiatives he'd be interested in pursuing and what they mean to him, that's definitely, I mean, I was always going to support his approval even if I can't directly vote on it, because the more the merrier in student congress. We always want more voices at the table, but this is, of course, leading me to support him even more. And I would encourage those folks here who can vote, who might be voting for the first time, to vote yes on this applicant. Thank you. I yield.
All right, thank you, President Black. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move to the roll call vote. Speaker Fetete,
Yay.
Legislator Williams,
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez,
Yay.
Chair Lunger,
Yay.
Legislator Bell,
Yay.
Legislator Howell,
Yay.
Legislator Martino,
Yay.
Legislator Obra,
Yay.
and Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right. Everybody, welcome back. Legislator Jackson Jones, you've been unanimously approved.
Thank you so much.
All right, now cue the music. Do you hyphenate it like so? Is that correct, Legislator Jackson Jones?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, and are you going to be present or present in voting? That is, are you going to retain your right to abstain from a vote or not?
Present in voting.
All right. Welcome to the club. Okay. Next item on the agenda is our first item of old business. That is the approval of the minutes from our two previous meetings. I've got those minutes pulled up right here. Again, I'll mention that anytime you say something important, it's a good idea to check how it is recorded in the minutes, since ultimately that is what matters the most, is how it's recorded for posterity. So if anybody wants to look at a particular part, I would be happy to show it on the screen share, or else we need a motion.
I motion to approve.
All right, moved by Speaker Fetete. Do we have a second?
I second that motion.
Seconded by Legislator Obra. With no opposition, that motion passes. So those minutes are approved. Um, Next item is the approval of Valentin Fetete for the University Senate General Body, presented by President Black.
Hello, everyone. I've made the case for Val as my fellow student senator for the faculty senate a couple times now, once or twice. But for those in the room who are new, I will do it again. The University Senate is the highest university governing body, I believe, below the trustees, and notwithstanding the office of the president and so forth, the cabinet. It's a group of professors and administrators, a very large group of professors and administrators that make committees, pass resolutions, generally oversee the grunt work, you could say, of managing our academic life at Oakland. It's chaired by or headed by the provost, and steering includes several deans and other folks from the provost's office. It's a very important position, very important institution at OU, and Student Congress is allotted a couple places on the Senate. One guaranteed goes to me. I am made to do this, not that I don't want to, of course, I'm very excited about it, but we have the ability to democratically decide who else we would like to go up there, and I've decided alongside Autumn, alongside other folks that I've spoken to about this, that Valentine would be the ideal choice because of her prior experience working on Senate and so forth. But I'm realizing now that the other times I've made this pitch, Val was not here. So I will defer to her to let her speak for herself.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's been a while since I've been able to attend these meetings because I'm usually at my job when these meetings happen. Not that this isn't a job, but I do work two jobs, including this. But yeah, I'm going up for University Senate. And the reasons why I'm interested in going up for University Senate is to kind of not only advocate for the views of OUSC and bring opinions of the legislature about Senate to the Senate itself, but also to kind of uh, gain information about what students' thoughts are about campus and bring that to the University Senate as well. I just think it would be beneficial for student representation to do those, as well as I want to be very transparent about what happens in these Senate meetings, as uh, not many student Congress members in the past have attended these meetings, and I don't believe, at least not as of last year, I can't speak for the years prior. Um, there wasn't too much talked about Senate, which I would like to change as it is a very important body for our university and for not only faculty and staff but students as well. So yeah, I would be more than willing to answer questions as I feel like that's the best way to kind of like answer any questions about what my ideals are for joining Senate. So I will open it up to questions.
All right, as stated, the floor is open for any questions.
I'm
All
trying,
right,
I'm still trying to figure out how to get myself off of mute. I'm so sorry.
it's okay, don't worry.
Okay, so
Legislator Jackson Jones, if you're ready, you can go ahead, and then we'll take Legislator Obra next.
yes, so Firstly, thank you for going up for that position. It sounds like it is a very integral part of a method that we can use to get the students' needs, one on the table, but also met. And so I'm just curious, is there anything specific that you would want to start off at or start on, like any particular project you would like to put forward first or a particular matter?
Yeah, while there are many things that I've heard from students, the first one that pops in my mind is the current data center project that they're working on campus. That has to be the first thing that comes up just because I know I've been working really closely with students on this and talking to students about this, especially as of last year. Um, Additionally, possibly getting some more menstrual product dispensers covered by administration would be another good initiative to start off with. Um, and I know Student Congress itself has been talking about other measures that we can do to kind of improve life here on Oakland University's campus for students. So just bringing kind of like literally anything and all up at meetings, either publicly or privately with members to kind of put our foot in the water on getting some more initiatives done. That would be my main goal. But yeah, just for like a very clear example, getting more communications on the data center and opinions and telling staff and faculty what students want uh, in regards to the data center project would probably be my first thing, but definitely not the last.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Legislator Jackson Jones. Legislator Obra?
Hello. I just want to say, I think you're clearly very qualified, and you would be a great fit for this role. But my only concern is you seem to have a lot on your plate at the moment. Considering your position as speaker, I think you're on the CDEC committee, if that's correct, and um, along with other like responsibilities and like other extracurriculars, this seems like you might like have a lot of work on your plate at the moment. That would be my only concern, if you could speak on that.
Yeah, that's definitely a valid concern. Because I feel like if I felt like I was very like over encumbered by the positions that I am taking, I would not be willing to take this position. I do a lot of extra stuff outside of student congress. And I am very busy generally. The main reason why I'm busy this summer is because of my other job, which I will not be working as much during the school year, which means my full schedule during the actual school year, I wouldn't say it's full right now, but it's pretty busy. Will be like nearly empty once the school year starts. So I would not be concerned about that, at least on my part. Additionally, in regards to like being speaker and the responsibilities that that has, that's why I have a lovely majority leader. I can always delegate to my majority leader and work with the other leadership positions in student congress to try and fill anything I am unable to do. I think I don't think I should be able to, or I don't think I should not be able to, but um, put a bunch of stuff on myself. Not only do I think is it more inefficient that way, but then it does have the chance not to get done properly, which I do not want to happen. If that answers your question.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you, Legislator Obra. Any further questions? Okay, Mr. Speaker, we're going to put you in the waiting room. Okay, and the floor is open for any discussion. Wait, I'm sorry, let me check who else is in the waiting room. Gosh, it is Chair Mays. Hello, Chair Mays. Wonderful to have you. Are you present or present and voting? Chair Mays?
Present.
Present. All right. For your information, we're just in the midst of the vote on the approval of Financial Facultative for University Senate General Body. Um, so, Legislator Jackson Jones, how do you vote on this matter?
I approve.
Okay, I do need a yay or a nay.
Oh, yay.
All right, thank you. Legislator Williams,
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez,
Yay.
Chair Mays,
Yay.
Chair Lunger,
Yay.
Legislator Bell,
Yay.
Legislator Howell,
Yay.
Legislator Martino,
Yay.
Legislator Obra,
Yay.
and Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right, so that is going to pass. Mr. Speaker, how do you vote on your approval for University Senate?
Yay.
All right, you are unanimously approved. Congratulations. We also,
Awesome.
while you were in the waiting room, we got Chair Mays.
Oh, awesome.
I know. All right, so that carries. Next on the agenda is the approval of Valencia Faitete for the Campus Development and Environment Committee of University Senate. Again, presented by President Black.
Hello again. Copy and paste everything I said about the University Senate earlier. Like Student Congress, when performing at its best, University Senate has established a number of issue-centered committees that handle various aspects of campus life or academic issues. If you've taken a course that fills a specific gen ed requirement, for example, that requirement was vetted by the gen ed committee, just as one example. They do that sort of thing. One of these, and arguably one of the most important, is CDAC, the Campus Development and Environment Committee, where proposals, issues, concerns, new ideas about sustainability issues on campus or ways of furthering campus development and infrastructure are put forward, debated, approved or condemned, that sort of thing. And it is where we would like to put Val back. Actually, they have served on it before, and as before, I will yield the floor to them to.
All right, thank you, President Black.
Hello, everybody again. Also, I'm going to say copy and paste everything I said before. The only addition is that besides obviously being transparent about what happens at CDEC meetings and giving reports about what happens at CDEC meetings and having discussions about what's going on. My main concern going into CDEC, which a lot of CDEC members like students from last year who were a part of it in Student Congress and members of the actual Senate itself. My main concern is going to be the data center, as there have been many concerns arising within CDEC about this data center and what it means for not only our campus but the surrounding communities. Um, And I would just like to continue having that discussion and bringing those discussions to uh, Oakland University Student Congress now that more in-depth conversation is happening at these meetings. And yeah, I'll open it up to questions once more.
Okay, hearing no questions, I'm going to put Speaker Fatete back in jail for the discussion. The floor is open for any discussion. All right, hearing none, we'll move into the roll call vote. Starting with Legislator Jackson Jones.
Yay.
Legislator Williams.
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez.
Yay.
Chair Mays.
Yay.
Chair Lunger.
Yay.
I'm sorry, was it a yay?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Legislator Bill.
Yay.
Legislator Howell.
Yay.
Legislator Martino.
Yay.
Legislator Obra.
Yay.
And Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right, so that will pass. All right, Speaker Fatete, how do you vote on your approval for CDEC?
Yay.
It is approved unanimously.
Awesome. Thank
With
you.
11 votes. Holy cow. All right, moving on. The next item of old business is CB 6904, a bill regarding the delegation of seats on the Provost Student Advisory Council to the Director of Student Advocacy, presented by President Black.
Hello, everyone. This is another one that's consistent, or people who've been able to consistently attend GBMs since the summer began will have heard me motivate for several times now. Essentially, when our new provost, Amy Thompson, will. I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think we had you the whole time.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there was just a message on my phone that was taking up the screen. I thought maybe I'd. Anyhow, when Provost Amy Thompson came in, it was one of her chief initiatives to establish a Provost Advisory Council, essentially a cohort of students from ideally all walks of life across campus to, well, advise the provost on student concerns as the chief overseer of academic affairs. She just wants to ensure she has the broadest possible access to student voices, especially for leaders within the student body or people in whom the student body has put their trust to speak on their behalf. And initially, when we were offered two positions on the Provost Advisory Council, it was intended simply to go to Autumn and myself, the vice president and president. But the two of us have a special position. We don't necessarily want to be immediately entitled to those positions, nor do we want to be entitled to a monopoly on approval of those positions. So this bill is just to mark the Provost Advisory Council in the bylaws as a permanent thing and to give discretion over who those two seats go to the Director of Student Advocacy. Their job is to advocate for the students, as the title says. So we think that that would be a better option, having them pick two nominees who would then be democratically decided upon by the general body rather than having them approved by us, because with the nature of the role, the director of student advocacy needs to have their finger on the pulse of who's best representing the students and that sort of thing. And we think it's a good way of spreading around responsibility and spreading around leadership, just keeping a monopoly on decision making away from the two of us. But I'm happy to answer questions for those who have not heard this bill spoken about before, who maybe haven't fully read it, or who have heard it before but have had lingering concerns.
All right, thank you, President Black. Yeah, we'll open the floor for any questions. Speaker Fetete.
My only question, I've talked about this with both of you already, so I don't have too many questions, but my only question is why I'm not a supporter.
All right, we can add you as a supporter. We can add as anybody else who would like to be a supporter as well. Yeah, everybody watch me use those alt codes.
Yeah, I would like to be a supporter too.
I support as well.
I'm friendly to all of these amendments. Madam Vice President, type it up.
All right, any further questions? Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move to the roll call vote, starting with Speaker Fetete,
Yay.
Legislator Jackson Jones,
EA.
Legislator Williams,
Yeah.
Majority Leader Perez,
Yay.
Steering Chair Mays,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yay.
Commuter Support Chair Longer,
Yay. Yay.
Legislator Bell,
Yeah.
Legislator Howell,
Yeah.
Legislator Martino,
Yay.
Legislator Obra,
Yay.
Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right, with 11 yeas and 0 nays, that passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is the approval of Anusha Tiwari for Director of Student Advocacy. And I believe she's here to advocate for herself, but it is first going to be presented by President Black.
Hello, everyone. Again, long time folks will be unsurprised to find out how happy I am to finally present this candidate in a situation where it's possible that she can be finally approved and made a permanent employee of Student Congress. We've been working with Anusha for weeks now, and we're very, very happy to have her on the team. She's proven herself again and again, but before we approve her, I will first let her prove herself to you, folks who maybe have not met her, and let her speak for herself. Anusha, if you feel like speaking, I'll let you pick it up from there.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you guys. And my name is Anusa. I'm the Director of Student Advocacy. And this is my second time joining this meeting. Last time unfortunately, I didn't got the vote to be permanent in this club. But I'm so excited to be part of this community. And hopefully this time, I get permanent for real.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Tiwari. Are the floor is open for any questions? All right, hearing none, I'm going to put Ms. Tiwari in a waiting room. All right, and the floor is open for any discussion. President Black?
Hello, I was kind of expecting Anusha to say more, but that's okay. For those who are new in the space, I don't necessarily want this to feel like a just trust us on this vote, but truly you do just have to trust us on this. Anusha is a fantastic director, or interim director rather, has been for a number of weeks now. As soon as she was taken on as interim, she developed a new means of categorizing and tracking distribution for the menstrual product initiative that has helped us out a lot. She's been out there working with it quite a bit. She's been doing vending machine work, everything that we have over the years entrusted to the director of student advocacy. She's very passionate about. One of the key things that drew her in the first place was student advocacy's role in coordinating Heritage Weeks. Now, her main recommendations came from her participation in cultural heritage groups on campus, all of whom recommended her glowingly when she applied for this position on Handshake. It feels like that was ages ago, but I digress. Is always in the office when I'm there, always working away at one project or another. And I have put my full trust in her as president to run student advocacy. And I hope that you will all do the same. Thank you.
All right, thank you, President Black. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move into the roll call vote. Starting with Speaker Fetete,
Yay.
Legislator Jackson Jones,
Yay.
Legislator Williams,
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez,
Yay.
Chair Mays,
Yay.
Chair Lunger, Legislator Bill,
Yay.
Legislator Howell,
Yay.
Legislator Martino,
Yay.
Legislator Obra,
Yay.
and Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right. Welcome back, Director Tiwari. You've been unanimously approved, once again with 11 votes. And it's officially official. Congratulations. All right. Next item of old business is the approval of Kamari Carl for Director of Financial Affairs, presented by President Black. And Ms. Carl is not going to be here. So this is all going to be from President Black and the rest of us during the questions and discussions portion.
Yes, just by the nature of her position, Autumn has worked more closely with Kamari than I have. However, I have worked enough with her to know that she is extremely passionate and driven and has already been helping us coordinate finance work. I cannot stress enough how important it is that we have a director of finance at all costs. This is the person who every time we need something ordered, every time we need a spreadsheet drawn up, every time we need an addition to the ledger, it will be her doing it. And in her time as interim director, which was unfortunately expended, ran out across those last 3 GBMs with no quorum, she did just that. Was excellent with filling out the purchase requests, was excellent with helping us track hours and devising new systems to do so. and really knows her way around a spreadsheet, knows her way around a template in a way that makes me very confident she will be able to manage our money. She's not a finance major, but very clearly knows the numbers well, which is the key thing. And I guess I don't have much else to say in terms of motivation, but I'd be happy to answer questions or defer questions to those who might know more than me.
All right, thank you, President Black. Yeah, as a point of information, Corinne is a cybersecurity major and also works in classroom support, so you can see the connection there. The floor is open to any questions. The floor is open for any discussion. Mr. Speaker?
I would just like to say from my experience with Kamari, definitely very dedicated to this position, and I would just like to say the work that she's already put in, which I know she has put in a lot of work, I would like to see it continue. I think she's great for the Director of Finance position, and I hope we can all vote her in unanimously.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, we're going to move to the roll call vote. Speaker Fetete,
Yay.
Legislator Jackson Jones,
Yay.
Legislator Williams,
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez,
Yay.
Chair Mays,
Yay.
Chair Lunger,
Yay.
Legislator Bill,
Yay.
Legislator Howell,
Yay.
Legislator Martino,
Yay.
Legislator Obra,
Yay.
and Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right, with 11 yeas and 0 nays, that passes unanimously. And Director Carl is approved for financial affairs. All right, moving on. We have one more piece of legislation for tonight, CB 6905, the Appendix 1, Article 1 formatting bill. It's the second reading. It is eligible for final passage, and it is presented by President Black.
Hello, everyone. For the new folks here, if you have your computer out or you're able to open a tab other than Zoom, I would encourage you to skim this for yourself at least. The idea we had coming in is that our bylaws, if any of you have studied them, and I know many of you have, are something of a ship of Theseus document. Pieces get added and brought back in a way that is very much unlike what it was originally. At times it feels labyrinthine and incoherent, and we just want to tie everything together, try to clear up formatting, word choice in a way that unifies the document, and also there's just some grammatical errors and redundancies and things in here that no longer actually exist that we are, as it stands, required to do, that we just need to get out of there for the sake of clarity. There's things we need to add in and so forth. But the reason I ask you to skim through it yourself is that Vice President Baker, who has drafted much of this, thank you, of course, has highlighted and clarified every section that alters the meaning of the text. Much of this is just simple formatting and clarity, but there are some changes that either could be seen as changing the substance or definitely change the substance. And as I said during my last presentation of this, should we have wanted to, this is the sort of thing where you could pretty easily Trojan horse some kind of mischievous stuff into the bylaws And just for the sake of absolute transparency, we wanted to make it clear where meaning could be changed. But outside of those, there is not much in here besides what it says on the tin. This is a formatting and clarity bill to fix up as best we can a very outdated and flawed, but necessarily living text. And with that, I will accept any questions or defer them to my ghostwriter.
Thank you, President Black. I will state as a point of information, the two changes are right here. The AI policy has been actually changed, and the recommended but not binding judiciary consequences have been changed. Everything else is purely formatting. And the floor is open for any questions. The floor is open to any discussion. All right, hearing none, we're going to move on to the roll call vote. Speaker Fertete,
Yay.
Legislator Jackson Jones.
Abstain.
I'm sorry, you are not allowed to abstain.
Oh, I'm not. I was here, nay. I would have to read it first. Is there's a way? Okay.
Point of information, if you, well, I don't know if this is the point of information. It's just a note. Can I be recognized by the chair?
Go ahead.
For what it's worth, our policy is always, if you need more time with a bill, it is okay to vote no. That's fine. A no vote isn't a value judgment. It's just a message that we might need to bring this up again. So it's perfectly okay. We encourage folks to vote no on anything that strikes them as needing more attention. My feelings would not be hurt. Autumn's feelings would not be hurt, and so on.
Can I have it shared with me very fast, and then can I be asked to vote like after, like in I guess after the roll call, like I just need a minute or two to read through it myself.
I think we can do the end of the roll call.
Okay. Awesome.
I also submitted it in chat as a point of information.
Thank you.
All right. And I'll make sure this gets emailed to you. All right. Legislator Williams.
Yay.
Majority Leader Perez.
Yay.
Chair Mays.
Yay.
Chair Lunger.
Yay.
Legislator Bill.
Yay.
Legislator Howell.
Yeah.
Legislator Martino.
Yay.
Legislator Oprah.
Yay.
Legislator Reyes.
Yay.
All right. Legislator Jackson Jones.
Okay, I read through it. It looks fine. Yay.
All right. So with 11 yeas and 0 nays, that passes unanimously. Next is the approval of Yasmin Tabs for SAFP Director of Marketing. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody to present this. So we're going to need a motion of some kind.
Yeah, may I ask if they're here?
Yasmin is not here. Point of information, my understanding, I believe what I've been told is that Interim Director Tabs is not going to be here, regardless of when it happens. It's just going to be a statement read.
All right.
Because Chair Bassett is extremely familiar with the work.
I motion to table this indefinitely.
I second.
All right, moved by Speaker Fetete, seconded by Legislator Obra. And with no opposition, that motion carries. Next on the agenda is the discussion period. We are we'll take any other discussion items right now.
I have a discussion item to propose.
Legislator Jackson Jones.
So, as I was reading through our the contact list slash positioning sheet, I did see that there are positions for liaison that I would love to throw my hat in the ring for or run for. Um, those positions that I would like to put myself forward for consideration for are the Greek liaison. I, for one, I don't know if this is where I give information or if I just say the things, but
May I answer that inquiry?
You're the interim parliamentarian. You can go right ahead.
I think it would be in order to state that you would like to run for these positions, but not give an in-depth analysis until we go for an actual discussion period.
okay, awesome. With that being said, I would like to throw my hat into consideration for Greek life liaison as well as the CMI liaison. That is all.
All right. Thank you, Legislator Jackson Jones. President Black.
I will just say that I'm sure we would all be friendly to that in terms of considering it. And if you speak with or message Autumn or Val or myself after the meeting, we can probably put you up for to be voted on as liaison at the next meeting.
Point of information, I would just recommend talking with me just because I am aware of these processes and can more adequately help you through nominating yourself for them.
This is true.
All right. Thank you, President Black. Mr. Speaker, Advisor Miller.
Thank you. I need to ask for inquiry here in regards to Representative Jackson Jones as to if he could please repeat what Greek fraternity he is a member of? Because you do have to be a social fraternity or sorority representative to represent the fraternity and sorority life on campus.
My apologies. My ear, something's wrong with my ear. So I do not, so I am in a few different fraternities on campus that do whole chapters on campus. I don't think that the university recognizes us as social. I think the university recognizes us as professional and or pre-professional.
Okay, if I can interject here, the professional, pre-professional, or honor societies that have Greek letters in their name is not a representative for the fraternity and sorority life on campus, just for clarification.
I am also in another fraternity on campus, Omega Sigma Delta Auxiliary Fraternity Incorporated, that is not an honor society. But once again, to that effect, I believe that the university has deemed us professional, although that particular one is not an honor society.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on Greek life liaison position? Okay. Moving on. We're going to have a discussion period on the scheduling of our fall GBMs. I will state last I looked at this, it was looking like Fridays at 5 p.m., which is still the best time, as far as I can tell. And I would just love to hear from anybody who hasn't filled this out or anybody who's not going to be able to make that time, or any other time that somebody wants to propose so that we can all talk about it. Now will be the time. Legislator Martino?
I haven't filled this out yet. Actually Fridays would be quite nice if that was a possibility. So I'd move for that if possible.
All right. Thank you, Legislator Martino. Speaker Fetete, followed by Legislator Williams.
Yeah, I would just like to say quickly that we do need as many people to fill this out as possible. And Fridays should work for me, but we do need a lot more people to gain input to officially see when would be a good time.
All right. Legislator Williams, followed by Majority Leader Perez.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually filled out the when to meet yet, but based on my current school schedule, I should be free during that time. I just don't know what my work schedule for my other job is yet.
Okay. Thank you. Majority Leader Perez.
I was wondering if we could possibly move it back to 5:30 or 6 p.m.
I mean, looking here, that doesn't immediately raise any concerns, unless it's going past 8 p.m. Which I think a 2.5 hour meeting would be fairly uncommon, but certainly not unheard of. Advisor Miller, followed by Director Johnson.
I want to point out that Friday night is a very big night for activities on campus that tend to start at 5 or 6 and would then not have OUSC being able to participate in the activities with their peers and who they represent. That is the time period on Friday. My availability is extremely limited because of needing to be present at many of those activities. And I'm hoping that there be some other consideration, especially if you're going to get new individuals to participate, that Friday night is not the most conducive time for maybe for these individuals here, but you're only talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individuals. You have a full University Student Congress participation. I'm just very discouraged that you're taking a very prime time for people to be involved in, especially if your meetings go 2, 3 hours long, which they have in the past, that it just does not allow you, all of you, to participate in activities they're having on a Friday night. Thank you for listening.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Advisor Miller. Uh, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, I definitely understand the concerns of Friday, and I'll just say personally, I would not like it to be on Friday for the exact same reasons. Which is also why I suggested that everyone in this meeting fill out the form so we can see what would be a good time. As well, tomorrow I am going to send out this in an email as well as on Slack and get as many people to fill it out so we can see what would be a good time. Um, and yeah.
All right. Any further discussion on this topic? Advisor Miller, did you have something else to say?
I would suggest another way to do this. Because of the number of people that you currently have, it would not take up a lot of time, but I would be willing to help. If you got the class schedule of the individuals that are on Congress right now, to find out maybe another time that would be available, I would be more than happy to assist with that based on class schedules that people would submit to the speaker.
All right. Thank you, Advisor Miller. Director Johnson.
I know myself, I don't know about everyone else. I submitted my when to meet based on my current class schedule and what I know I will be taking for classes, but as Legislator Williams said, I also don't have a current concrete work schedule and I will not until these meetings begin. And so I know that as the semester begins to start, there will be a lot of other things that will be a part of this discussion and will maybe get in the way of what currently looks fine. So I feel like the current when to meet may have conflicts, and especially as Advisor Miller said, with the current opening being Friday nights are going to be really busy, and having meetings on a Friday evening would probably end up being inconvenient, all things considered.
All
But
right. Yeah.
at the same time, like there is a lot that cannot be put into the equation at the moment, I feel, but I don't know how else that would be assessed if we don't know yet.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Director Johnson. Speaker Fetete.
Yeah, so what I would recommend for the people here, and I'll define this for people that I will be emailing, contacting individually, and comment or adding on Slack. Uh, I think the best way to go about this, especially in terms of like other work, because I know I work another job, is if you're able to kind of ask whoever your manager is, if you have a manager right now and you're working for them over the summer, to ask what times are you needed most, because managers are required to like plan this out in advance. And they would know best when they would need you most. So you can kind of like estimate when you will be working during the school year. Um, Additionally, it would be really good to kind of if your schedule is similar to the prior years, to um fill it out similarly to how it was last year. If you don't have a job yet or you work a second job on campus, I think the best way to go about that is to contact whoever you will be working for and do the same thing as I mentioned before. See when times are most like busy for them and when you are most likely to be scheduled, um just so you can get a good idea and then fill out the when to meet so we have like a good idea of when like people might be working and what days people are free. Um, I also would like to say I agree with Advisor Miller's schedule idea. And I'd be more than happy to communicate with you to kind of get that set up. So we have like kind of like a second time available for a GBM in like kind of like in our back pocket just in case something does happen to our regularly scheduled GBM time. I think that'd be extremely beneficial.
All right. Thank you, Speaker Fetete. Any further discussion on the scheduling of our fall general body meetings? All right. Hearing none, we're going to move on to legislative updates, starting with Speaker Fetete.
Yeah, so hello everybody. This is my first GBM in a while because I have been working. But I'm really glad I could join today. And ideally, I'll be here in the future. But with in regards to the stuff that just happened, which me getting voted in for Senate as well as CDEC, CDEC means I'm going to be a little bit more busy, and Senate means I am going to be a lot more busy. I would just like to say, to be clear, I will start with communicating with my majority leader to plan out uh, this like upcoming semester as well as getting as much done at our ledge meetings. So that will be done very, very soon. I will probably be contacting, this is mainly just for the majority leader, but I would like you all to know I will be contacting the majority leader tomorrow to have probably a pretty long conversation later on this week or maybe the same day if they're available uh, and see where we both stand. Additionally, since the semester is coming up very soon, I would like to have some more stuff planned for the semester. I know we were talking about what is it, eats and beats, and what we can do for those at the executive board meeting. So I will be talking about that and some plans that we had for that. Additionally, I know Chair Lunger has also had a lot of ideas that I will be proposing, especially in regard to Autism Awareness Week, I believe it was, or Neurodivergence Acceptance Week for the uh, beginning of the fall semester or near the beginning of this fall semester. Um, so I will be in discussions with not only Chair Lunger, but I will be bringing that to you all as well. Um, and if I misstated any information, Chair Lunger, feel free to correct me.
Oh, that's
Um,
great. I would love to set up a virtual meeting and discuss this soon. I look forward to working with you on this. And I'm hoping we can have a neurodivergence acceptance week this fall, because we weren't able to have one in the winter. I would love to do it, participate, because I graduate this fall.
Perfect. Yeah, I will be in contact with you. Um, as well as the rest of the student body or student congress body. Uh, Additionally, if any of you have any ideas for stuff we can do, um, I will be more than open to receiving emails or any communication about ideas you all have. Um, And yeah, I will also be contacting Advisor Miller to discuss what we have already planned and see if I am missing anything personally. So that will be happening in the near future as well. So yeah, that is my little recap and future plans.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Any updates from legislative leadership? All right, any updates on legislative projects and initiatives? Any questions on Speaker Fetete's report? Any liaison reports?
Yes, I would like to, I'm trying to work with PCO to pick a date to the organic farm before the summer's over. And if anyone from OUSC would like to join, that'd be great. It's probably going to be sometime this month. Maybe we could come up with a good weekend.
All right, thank you, Chair Longer. Moving on to executive reports, starting with President Black.
Hello, everyone. My report will be shorter than you'd expect since for a variety of personal reasons, I have been unable to work much for the past several weeks. I believe it has been since the last full general body meeting that I and some other folks from Student Congress went to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners meeting, and I used the opportunity of public comment to inform the county commission about the Oakland University Data Center project, since knowledge of it isn't quite yet widespread in the local community. Of course, we're working on that, and to appeal to them on behalf of OUSC and the student body to consider what they may do about it. Many of them represent communities and cities in Oakland County that have existing data center moratoriums or data center moratoriums that are up for renewal, and thus it stands to affect them should the data center at OU get built. We made a lot of good connections with folks who were there just as members of the gallery, like ourselves. We've been out watering plants around Bear Lake in coordination with the Saving Bear Lake initiative that we've voted to give support to. And outside of that, it's been a lot of Welcome Week planning. I've been getting events on the calendar. I've been in conversation with fellow SAFAC orgs and with administration about what Welcome Week is going to look like, what those events are going to look like. We've been getting quotes from food trucks for Eats and Beats at every step. I've been coordinating with the folks at WXOU to make sure that those decisions have support from the other SAFAC orgs involved in Eats and Beats and the other Welcome Week events. We met with Oakland's Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Pilsner. Autumn and myself did, and our new VP for Student Affairs and Engagement, Dr. Trung Nguyen, a few weeks ago to discuss policy and Oakland's brand and the role that the student body plays in it. We're very confident in Dr. Trung as VP for Student Affairs and looking forward to working with him further. Outside of that, I'm sure that Autumn will pick up anything I forgot, but I just want to say thank you all so much for allowing us to have such a productive meeting. It means a lot, and I'm deeply looking forward to hitting the ground running and working with you all in the fall semester to better life on this campus. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, President Black. Next on the agenda is the Vice President's report by yours truly. I will mention that the reason that the data center proposal is being considered despite multiple overlapping relevant local moratoriums on data centers, they are not binding because they are local law, and this is state land, or rather, campus is state land. And so, despite local legislation, the data center proposal can go through anyway. And it's true, we met some wonderful people there. The Oakland County residents are interested in supporting us, and we are interested in supporting them. So it was a wonderful opportunity to go. And closer to homework, I've been working on finalizing the donations to various offices. The Disability Support Office, uh, their donation has been requested and should be coming through pretty soon. The Gender and Sexuality Center donation is already being shipped, which is absolutely fantastic. And the veteran support donation remains, there remain a couple of details to work out. But I did just hear back from their director, Lisa Rhodes, who was absolutely wonderful. In other news, I'm really sleepy because I had to get up really early this morning, so I'm forgetting the rest of my report. Um, Mostly I've been working, doing everything that I can to get the rectors Tiwari and Kar-El back on the staff permanently, officially. And I am so glad and so relieved to have had quorum and to have gotten them approved and to have gotten our legislation passed. Oh, it feels great. Um, we got one of the returnable containers receptacles placed in the food court in the Oakland Center. So if you have any carbonated beverages, please leave them there, or you can bring them to the Veteran Support Office yourself, or you can leave them in the recycling bin in what used to be the conference room, which is where we keep them at least inside the office. Um, the battery bins are still working on getting placed in housing buildings. I believe we're still trying to track down the battery bins that were once lost from each of the housing buildings. Um, and I am still waiting to hear back from admin on things such as the possibility of additional electric vehicle chargers and the possibility of various beautification efforts around the Oakland Center suggested to me by some students. Um, and I think that about concludes my report. So moving on, are there any other updates from the e-board? Director Velo?
Hey guys. So thanks for a productive meeting because this keeps me busy doing meeting minutes, and this will take a lot longer than the past few, just because of how much we got done. And as for the Native American Heritage Site cleanup, we're gonna figure out a day, and then I'll inform everybody when we're going to go do that again. Again, we don't need tons of people, but if we can just get a couple people out there, I got extra gloves. We can get some cleanup done. Um, I'll also be bringing batteries tomorrow from my house. That's just my thing though. But that's it.
All right, thank you, Director Vela. Any further e-board reports? Okay, hearing none, any questions? All right, hearing none, Advisor Miller, do you have a report for us? Okay, I think that's a no. I'm gonna have to take that as a no, I think. Um, are there any comments from the gallery? I guess we don't really have a gallery right now. Announcements?
Um, I have a question.
Shoot.
So I know that for previous years, student congress tables for new student orientation. Are we going to be doing that this year?
So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work out with the orientation. I'm sure Advisor Miller can answer this better than me. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello? We got you now.
Yes. No, I was trying to I don't know what happened before, but I was going to give a report. So I just wanted to answer DJ's question.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can go ahead and give a report.
Okay. Well, in answer to DJ's question, um, there is we have been the Office for Student Involvement has been um, giving information about OUSC at orientations. There's only one more orientation left. The orientations have been at 8 o'clock in the morning, so that it's been difficult for students to participate in it, and that's why we were doing it for OUSC. On new student welcome, I believe it's September 2nd, all SAFAC organizations will be able to table, only the SAFAC organizations will be able to table at party at the tower, which will be following new student convocation. So that one will be an opportunity for Congress to be able to promote themselves to the new students and their parents in person. And I can give you further details about that, but and then of course GrizzFest coming up in September 8th. So just want to make sure you'll have plenty opportunity to promote yourselves to the new students and returning students. And then I also wanted to, if you can, hopefully everybody can hear me, please make sure that all of you are registered for classes for the fall. And make sure that you're registered for a minimum of 6 credits. To be a student employee at Oakland, you have to be registered for at least 6. So just want to make sure of that. And Jen Yetter is in the process of putting in all of the paperwork for you to be able to work for the fall and the winter semester. So if there's any changes, please let Jen Yetter know because they are very, very, very backed up. And so the earlier we can get it in, the better the likelihood that you can start on time for the fall semester to get paid to be a legislator or an e-board member. So just want to do that. Also, I have a compiled list of fall programming I'm willing to share it to you, as well as if you have additional Welcome Week events besides Eats and Beats, can you share that with me? Because we're ready to go ahead and start publishing the Welcome Week calendar and again, compiling what's happening in the fall so that there are no duplications or overlaps of days and programs. So please feel free to give me that information as you have it. And I think that's it. And congratulations on being able to have a full meeting tonight, too. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Advisor Miller. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe everybody who's getting paid right now should already be required to have their 6 credits registered for the fall. Isn't the new requirement that starts during the fall semester is to be registered for 6 credits in the upcoming winter?
Well, I think isn't registration for fall and winter usually, not just one semester?
I could be wrong, but I thought that during the summer, you have to have been registered for credits in the past winter and the upcoming fall. And during the fall, you
No,
have to
but
be registered during the current fall and the upcoming winter.
yes, but sometimes circumstances change and you have to drop credits due to financial concerns or other situations in your life. So I just want to make sure, in case any changes have occurred over the summertime, that we're fully aware of it.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
fall is going to be my last semester. I'm graduating in December, so I'm not registered for anything in the winter.
Yep, that makes sense. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Advisor Miller. Are there any further announcements? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will motion.
Moved by Speaker Fetete,
I second.
seconded by Legislator Jackson Jones. All right, hearing none, that motion passes. Congratulations, Legislator Jackson Jones, on your first motion.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for a fantastic meeting. Uh, I'm so happy.
As
I really
Andy
love
and
this
I,
job. You all make it so worth it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was very productive, and we met quorum. We got a lot of approvals done, a lot of legislation passed, and we this is the first time we've made quorum in a while. This is wonderful.
Absolutely right.
I'm really
And
glad the first. Oh, go ahead.
I'll definitely, I'll be attending in person in the fall, and I'm looking forward, to the fall semester planning events, Neurodivergence Acceptance Week, and Beaver Fest.
Yeah, I can't wait to have a nice productive Heritage Site Day. Um, and to get to see everybody and to move back into my dorm. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be a wonderful year, I think. All right. You don't have to go home, everybody, but you can stay here. I'm closing the meeting. Thank you so
All right.
much, and everybody have a
Have
good
good
night,
have a
night.
good night,
everyone. Take
everybody.
care. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
I
Love you all. Peace.
What